got sound here. We're a little off kilter. Wee little bit. That's better. That's a little better. Have a little bit of peak of the microphone, but it'll be okay. Hey Stars Live, how's it going? We are live. We are doing the thing. Hey, how's it going? We're gonna try it. It is a goal. And when we hit 50 likes, do you know what we're gonna play? We are gonna play End of Beginning. At 100, okay, hold on. Let me actually write this better. Sure, we'll just do that. Can you play Once Upon a December? You are a very loyal human being. You're always on here. Let me play a little bit of Once Upon a December, and then let's get going. Here we go. By Joe, right? I don't know what By Joe is. Alright, this is the rules for this lovely encounter. We are basically going to be going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We're also going to have you guys liking at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I realize as I scoot forward, see, this is the one problem with the stationary mic, because I like to move. And if I move, the mic doesn't move with me, which is a little bit sad. The song End of Beginning, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, it is by DJO. Joe. DJO. Can you continue Once Upon a December? I could. It's a thing I could do. We're not going to right now. Sorry. Dracula? Yes. And then we will also do Piano Man. There we go. Now let's do some Dracula. Let's keep it moving, guys. Keep it moving. Here's some solo piano for Dracula. Charlie Brown. We can absolutely do Charlie Brown. Yeah, yes, the one who acted Steve on Stranger Things. I think you're right. Some Dracula. Here's Charlie Brown. Keep them coming, but you guys gotta like. Crafty Horse, I don't bet you liked. Hey Avis, how are you doing? song, I will do it. Why you've been streaming later when you usually do? Oh, you're fine. Your English is totally fine. Nice. Thank you, Crafty Horse. Absolutely incredible. Appreciate it. You play piano as well. Awesome. I love fellow piano players. The reason why I've been streaming later than usual is 2 reasons. Personal matters. And then the second one, as I keep just putting 2 up, is experimenting with time of day because viewership on these live streams has been quite a bit down. Mortal Kombat, Hornet. Mortal Kombat. Love it. Here's Hollow Knight Hornet. That sounds right. Mortal Kombat theme. You love piano? Me too. I am a huge fan of piano. There's some Mortal Kombat. You have to stop and think at every note, but others can literally sight read in seconds. How? Practice and mentality. Your mindset is you have to stop at every note. You're never going to get where you want to be with that mindset. You need to be willing to make mistakes. Move faster. Make more mistakes. Learn from the mistakes. If you're constantly going slow enough that you never make mistakes, you have nothing to learn from. I don't know what chord is, but yeah, I do chords. I also do sheet music. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. What is it? Nope, that's okay. Today is gonna be the day, gonna bring it back to you. I don't care, but anybody feels the way I do about you now. Can I do Juice WRLD? That is a full composer with many, many songs. Okay? You're gonna have to narrow it down a little bit for me. Good old Avengers. Last of Us theme, sure. Guys, we're not getting there. I'm just gonna put it out there because we're not getting a chance in the algorithm, which is fine. Giorno's theme, this one. Megalovania. Bandit. You love it? All right, here's Juice WRLD. Bandit. Your brother wants Mia and Sebastian's theme? What? What? La Campanella. Rush E. Alright, Rushy, Virtual Insanity, Gaspard Lenuit, Virtual Insanity. Here's some Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity, Gabrielle's Oboe. Whose oboe is it? Enia Moroncon, Bella Ciao. Here's Bella Ciao. Improvise for Elise in 4/4. You can do for Elise in 4/4. Here is a little bit of Gabriella's oboe. Gabrielle's oboe. Good old Gab. Here's Virtual Insanity. Can I play Runaway? Sure, here's Runaway. What happened to my eyes? They died. Megalovania. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, you can do that. E quadruple flat. All right, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's. Do you want me to give you a play-by-play? E quadruple flat, E quadruple flat, E quadruple flat. And then we need E quadruple flat. And then we need D triple flat. And then we need C triple flat. Then D triple flat. And then E quadruple flat. And then F triple flat, and then we finally end with this note, this note, by the way, is actually G triple flat, okay? See? Easy, right? Interstellar, we can do that. Top Gun, Anthem. Yep, Stranger Things theme. What, this thing? I had somebody arguing with me on Instagram that F double sharp was not a real thing. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, we can do that. Guys, I'm going a little bit fast, so if I'm a little bit sloppy, I'm gonna blame it on that, not my lack of actually thinking about the songs. When are you gonna come down? Piano Man, great song. We can do that in 2 seconds. When are you gonna land? You should have stayed on the farm. Should have listened to my old man. You can't hold me forever. I didn't sign up to you. I'm not a present for your friends to open. There's boys to be young to be singing the blues. So goodbye Yellow Brick Road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't lock me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods. Something by Franz Liszt, absolutely. Hunting the horny-backed toad. We all know he was hunting some horny-backed toad. Oh, I finally found where my future lies, beyond the Yellow Brick Road. Something like that. All right, Piano Man. Hey, Donna. All right, sing it with me. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd's shuffling in. And I can't remember the words at all. Let me pull them up because I cannot remember lyrics to save my life. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes, not young woman's clothes. Da 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 da. Yes, Donna. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for memory, and you've got us feeling alright. Here we go. Let's go blast through a few more of these. Everyone hit the like. We are liking. We are going. We are flying through this. Yo, Willow, how's it going? We got Donna. Play the Shining soundtrack. Ooh, scary, terrifying. It's been so long. Bazooka, then Runaway. Why? Are you my agent? Are you signing me the big checks? Guys, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. You give me enough money, I'll do whatever. But am I drinking whole milk? No, I'm drinking straight up black coffee. Dies Irae. Yeah, I'm not even gonna do that artistic pretending like, oh, I'm above it all. You know, I'm gonna only do what I think is right. I will 100% be that person. Never be alone. FNAF. That's sad. Why would you never want to be alone? I mean, wait, it's the opposite. Okay, I'm done talking. Shouldn't I be drinking whole milk? Isn't that what the government says to do now? It's all about the whole milk now, right? Danger Zone, Fantasy Impromptu. Here, I'm gonna pull up the music so I can actually do a good job because I've completely forgotten how to play this. What's it? See, I gotta actually look at it. There you go. Your jaw is hurting from dropping it on the floor. Your granny got hit by a bazooka once? That sounds like the beginning of a joke. 7 Seas by F7, 12th Street Rag. Can I do 12th Street Rag? We can do whatever we feel like doing. Okay? That's the beauty of freedom. You want to do 12th Street Rag by Uday Bowman? Improvise Ronda a la Turk? There you go. It makes so much fun to see and feel the process while learning an instrument. Absolutely. Could I please do another prompt from Simple and Clean? Potentially. Back to basics. Again, we're doing this stuff, okay? And I'm not catching everything, but we're having fun. Here's some 12th Street Rag. I think they need more octaves in the left hand. That's my criticism right now on this. There you go. All right. Is the chat just moving really slow? Does my phone keep messing up? The chat's just moving so slow. Unbelievably slow. Here's Back to Basics. I don't even know if this is the right one, but here's a Back to Basics song. Something like that. Moonlight Sonata. This Tuesday on January 20th is your 27th birthday. Awesome. Very cool. Other Promise of Simple and Clean. Other Promise. Simple and Clean. Not just simple, by the way, guys. This isn't just simple. The Other Promise. Here we go. This is the other one. Not the one that you're thinking of. The other one. That's not the one. It's okay, I guess. Sometimes chat goes berserk, sometimes chat is frozen. It's YouTube. Yeah, it's kind of true. Now it's just time for depression. Oh, you want the third movement. What, this one? You just dropped that? You playing it in the Discord? Oh, sweet. You're going to sub right now? Good. Undertale, Last Breath, Rush F on Spotify Win. When I have more time than I currently have. And I'm holding on death's breath. I don't know why this gives me Creed vibes. Sorry for not being here for long. I've had exams. Was admitted to the hospital. Ooh, you doing all right? It was so good. I'll have to bring that back. It's only about a minute though. No problem. Nothing wrong with that. Playing that with one hand after me dropping that in Discord after a month of practicing is diabolical. Sorry. Just play it for a while. Well, that's an old one. That's the old one. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm just pulling stuff up on the internet, okay? For everyone who thinks that I just have some magical power, my magical power is Google, all right? My magical power is no shame and Google. You're good now? Okay, good. Good to hear. What the most boring song ever. That is such a boring song. You're not even in Prime anymore? I don't even know what that means. It's okay. Play Waltz number 1, Opus 6. Collapse. What do you think the instrument in the the instrument is the music because it makes the music? It's not you as the pianist. That's interesting. So what I've heard it as stated, there's the idea that there's the muse, right? There's basically something outside of people. So, okay, I will say, I do think that musicians become way too, here's some golden hour while I wax philosophic. I think musicians get way too invested in feeling like they're the reason why the music happens. And I do like this idea that just time is a canvas, right? Time just is passing. and we're making marks on that canvas sonically with sound. And so in many ways, us moving, us doing things is is painting on that. And it's a much more passive existing thing than an active like crafting thing, if that makes sense. Um, oh, Prime is in the phase you were. Prime has so many. Philosophy is such a good subject. I love philosophy. Until you have a stroke, you're kind of in your prime with music. I'm not gonna lie. You can get a little rusty, but you will always get better. But honestly, until you have some stroke or some massive physical thing, like you're just gonna get better. Your fingers were all the instruments. Music is much philosophy, yeah. All right. Like the beginning. Hey, Bonsai, how's it going? Can he see your message? I don't know who he is, but if it's me, yes, I can see your message. Music is a form of memory. He cannot see the message, he just guesses. Yes, it's actually true. In the beginning, it's so peak. It is pretty peak. It's a good song. You're right, by the way, Bonsai. I do just it's the same way with the songs. So when you guys say, so for example, someone said Waltz number 1, Opus 6, Collapse. First of all, I kind of sense that someone at this point in the live stream would ask for that, and so I just guessed that that's what you commented. Then I thought of what I thought that might sound like, and that's what I played. Um, Let's see. It's just a strange way that the human brain interprets overlapping sound waves. That's a really depressing way to put it. I would like to imagine that it actually has to do with the fact that we're constantly searching for meaning and patterns because we are intelligently created. And so we're looking for that in everything we do. But to each their own. But why would you choose it being random if you didn't have to? Like, what difference does it make? Matters of the heart can't be reasoned. Yeah, you subbed? Well, you're Panda's baby, so. Panda's baby. Doesn't make any difference if it feels the same. Still feels the same either way. I think it makes a huge amount of difference. I think it makes a huge amount of difference. I could not disagree more. Panda's baby. Na, 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 me. Panda's baby. So hurry down the chimney tonight. That's a little creepy. Sorry. You love my vids? Thank you. Can the pig also play piano in the background? Yes, the pig can play piano. He's a little sloppy, okay? I gotta work with him a little bit on his technique. But certainly can play. When I came to the stream, I thought you're 19 to 23-year-olds. Yes, I know. It happens. Make the pig play Sweden. All right, here we go. You can request a song, Panda Baby, but I'm going to warn you, the pig may play it. Man, he really needs to work on his technique. Interstellar. Can I play real? What does real mean? Make the pig play Freddy's Music Box. Isn't that... Isn't that what it is? Interstellar. Rage quit? Okay. All right, see you later. Oh, is that the song? He plays piano requests using a kid plushie on live streams. If that's what they say, that's a little bit nicer than what it is. Rage quit means real quick. I feel like RQ means rage quit. But if you want to rage quit, it's okay. Can I play a song for you? I can play a song for you. It's a thing I can do. Escape. I don't know why. I generally hate the whole being a grammar Nazi. And when people are like, you know, can versus will, that always drives me crazy. But for some odd reason, live streaming, it's my favorite joke to crack. Never gonna give you up. This goes to the FBI service. It is instinctive. It totally is. Touch Me by The Doors. I'm glad you clarified because I cannot touch you. We are in two separate locations. So I'm glad you clarified that it's by The Doors. Alf, thanks for the super chat. Come on and touch me, baby. Ba-da-ba-da, can't you see that I am not afraid? Ba-da-da-da. Promise that you made. man. And I run out of sheet music here. And I'm gonna love you till the stars along the sky. On you and I. Something like that. Crazy, this is Halloween. Not sure if I've ever asked. Would you happen to know Bach's Prelude and Fugue number 3, opus BWV 848 in C sharp major? I don't know it, but it doesn't matter. What we like doing is we like pulling stuff up that we probably don't know and sight reading it painfully. Did you have philosophy in university? I had one philosophy class in university, but I have read a decent chunk of philosophers. Like I've read some of the classics. I really liked Hume. I tried to get through Kant. He was a drag though. Tried to get through Kant. I've read a lot of Nietzsche. I love Nietzsche. Hume's great. Sartre. Really enjoyed Sartre. A bit of Camus. Dostoevsky's one of my favorites as well. I've read a ton of Dostoevsky. Isn't that funny? Like, I really like Dostoevsky and I really love Nietzsche, and I'm pretty sure they would have hated each other. It's so weird when you look at C sharp major, it's like your eyes have to get used to all the accidentals. The Brothers Karamazov is the greatest book ever written. That one actually I have not read. I need to read more Dostoevsky than I have. I 100%, 200%, 1,000% think everyone should read some Dostoevsky. Start with some short stories, okay? Start with some short stories of Dostoevsky. Because the thing about Dostoevsky is like, you get all depressed. Like, and this is true of all the Russian philosophers. Well, most of them. You kind of get depressed in your own state of being and you're like, oh, life sucks. And then you read about someone who has an infinitely worse life than you. On average. I'm not speaking for everybody. But on average, an infinitely worse life than you. And then the stream highlights with the pig playing Minecraft. Nice. Good job. And then you read Dostoevsky, and he is just talking about how to find happiness in the midst of suffering. And you're like, oh, okay, all right, yeah. The amount of double sharps in this is insane. I literally just played E, D, C, D, E, and it's D sharp, C double, sorry, E double sharp, sorry, D double sharp, C double sharp. I started with Kafka, and it gave me a kick so hard. Oh man, Kafka is nuts. I love Kafka too. Twin? You have a new mission now? Yeah. Read some of that. Did you watch Stranger Things and you know how to play anything from it? Not trying to spam? That is not really spam at all. You are totally fine. I watched some of Stranger Things. I know the beginning part, this part. But, I mean, again, you can't always just throw out a song, and I will just play it. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brains. Too much love does a man insane. You took my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. No, then it was funny. No, it's funny. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. good. Hold me, baby. Similar time period. I want to love you like a lover should. You're mine, on my mind. Got to tell you, darling, did he even know the words? That's the real question. Something like that. Thank you, Liberta. Of course. No problemo. All right, well, we did not do 200 likes, but we might do 50 in an hour. It is incredible to me, the starts and stops with doing the YouTube thing. So we were on a roll, and then I took off for Christmas because we had a bunch of traveling. There was no way I was going to be able to do an active live stream, and the numbers just plummeted. And then before that, during the summer as well, I had a point. Did I hit 50? Did it happen? All right, we're gonna play a long version of end of beginning. We're gonna just vibe it out. Please do a duo with me. I don't even know what that means. Collaborating with whoever, just pop on my Discord and we can talk. What, you want a little bit of Wonderful Tonight? Is it true that practicing and discipline is worth more than talent? That is true by like a bajillion. It goes back to the previous conversation about deciding whether music is just random things that we just randomly, because of chemicals firing off in our brain, enjoy, or whether there's actually some patterns to it and we're discovering something and we're crafting something and deciding that. It's the same when it comes to it's the same when it comes to talking about talent versus working hard. There is a nugget of truth that some people are just way more talented, okay? Like, I know people Don't worry. We'll play a little more Wonderful tonight in a second. I know people who just sit down and they just can play stuff. I know people who just can hear notes and they know where the notes are. Of course it's going to be easier than them. Of course it is, right? But why? Why? Okay, imagine that you were trying to make something. I don't know. Let's say you're making cookies every day, right? And the cookies have a set amount of flour. You cannot adjust the amount of flour that goes in the cookies. You're always given the same amount of flour every day. But you can adjust the amount of eggs. You can adjust whether it's butter or oil. You can adjust whether there's sugar. You also are allowed as many times to bake the cookies as you want. Like, they'll keep giving you flour. They'll keep giving you ingredients. To me, it's like people look at that one thing they cannot control, which is the talent side, or the flour in this case, and they blame that on the fact that their cookies aren't as good as other people's. I know that's kind of a ridiculous analogy, but just think about that for a second. That's insane, but that's what people do. Literally, they look around, the one thing they can't control, and they go, oh, that's why it is. That's how it is. And you're just like, all this other stuff you could control. Exactly. Maybe you want to add pineapples to your cookies. You could totally do that. And you could try out stuff and you could try to experiment. But some people will be like, you know what? I could never add more flour to my cookies. Like, I wanted them to be really cakey. And like my mix was always a little on the wetter side because I didn't have control over that. Maybe a better analogy. No, because it is a bit like the ingredients that you're given. Cookies. That's just my 2 cents from a random dude who's played way too much music. If you guys saw me and knew my journey throughout, you would be shocked that I am here and that I can play all this stuff. Because the truth is, I have constantly met people who are more talented than me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Long term, determination, consistency, hard work does win. A personal example, I think Mr. Beast is maybe like the perfect amalgamation of this. Mr. Beast does not deserve to be Mr. Beast. Okay? If you look at the family background he has, if you look at his talent stack, if you look at his general appearance, the dude was given a fairly mediocre set of cards. Not at the bottom of the rung. Don't get me wrong. But nowhere near what you would imagine he would then perform at. What do you think about the fact that music keeps culture intact? That's an interesting theory. I kind of like that music is kind of the... Stranger Things is actually a great version of this. Like, music almost is this time capsule. It's almost like a... I'm thinking of like those snow globes. It's almost like a nostalgic like keeper of... I know that's definitely true for memories, right? You got certain songs that just literally the first time you heard them, it's like a time capsule for that thing. That's why Stranger Things works so well with that. I bought a keyboard and accidentally learned A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Some people do use H, but they use it for B flat. All right. I'm going to get rolling for today. There's a small possibility that I do a gaming stream later, depending on when my very small child decides to sleep again. Other than that, though, I should be on tomorrow. Should is a very strong possibility. But Saturday and Sunday, I may be off. And then Monday, we're going to go from there. Gaming plus philosophy, that would be fun. That would actually make a good setup. Yeah, Donna, thanks for coming by. Thanks, Levi. I'm glad some of the OGs were able to stop by. All right, I will talk to you guys later. All right, peace out.